Hello, Ambassador John, everyone there. Well, you're not in actually Katwade today. You're in Basubi, I think it is. Um, Ambassador John asked me to send this video greeting to you because we're just so excited that some of our older or longer term partners, those from Angels of Hope and Lady Light and Mary, from Kazairu, from Katwade Community, and others of our longer term World Shapers Club groups are there today, as well as some of the new partners that John has been telling me about. So I'm really excited to have this opportunity, especially because I know that most of you directors of the individual World Shapers Clubs have brought some of your shapers with you. So you brought some of the children and young people who have been praying for a while or just learned about World Shapers Club and praying for children like themselves around the world. So it's just a joy to greet you today and know that God is in your midst and that his plans and purposes are there for expanding not only World Shapers Club, but the role of children and youth in the spiritual life of your homes and communities and schools and churches there in Uganda and throughout Africa and from Africa to the world. I want to remind those of you that I've met before and speak to those of you who are new just how it happened that World Shapers Club got established in Uganda. It was a small group, not any bigger than what you are today, in fact smaller, an intergenerational group of children, teenagers, and older adults who gathered together on a Saturday morning. We had a laminated map of the world on the floor and we were all crawling on it. We had our hands on the map of Africa. We had just learned that morning that 55 nations are in Africa. I don't think any of us knew how large it was. We see the land area, but we didn't know how many peoples and people groups and actual nations were encompassed in the continent of Africa. So we were all there. We were praying. God had put it on our hearts that morning, which was the first morning that group had ever gathered to pray. And God put it on our heart to pray for children, students, and schools in Africa, the whole of Africa. And it was only a month later that when we reconvened, that God had already put us in touch with Ambassador John there in Katwade and at Good Shepherd Primary School. So it's been a long-term now association, one that has just opened our eyes to the beauty and the wonder of Uganda and your people, as well as, I believe, your eyes to what God has put in the children and young people for such a time as this. He has put intercession and all forms of ministry, laying on of hands, preaching the word, evangelizing, praise, worship. He's put it in their spiritual DNA for such a pivotal and critical time as this. And so we're delighted that you've come together today to look to increasing the number of praying children and young people that you're partnering with, expanding the outreaches into your communities, and also partnering as those of you who are using the World Shapers Club May calendar. It's the May 2020 Go 2020, the May 2020 Go 2020 calendar. We're partnering with this global initiative